my God. Baby, where? Oh my God. Oh, it's right here. Give me the first aid kit. Oh God, hang in there, baby. Give me the first aid kit. Not that, the tire repair kit. Oh my God. Oh God. Hang in there. Today, we're trying to answer the question, can you super glue a piece of rubber to the side of your tire and get it to hold air and get your machine off the trail? Welcome to Jay's Garage. Today, we're checking out GlueTread. Now, first off, I want to thank GlueTread for sending me a kit to review with no obligations. Now, normally I buy products, but this time I reached out to GlueTread and I had them send me a kit to review for this channel. They didn't pay me to make this video. They didn't want to see the video first. I really had no obligations in making this video. They were just like, sure, go ahead and try it out and let us know what you think. So that's what we're doing in this video. It just so happened to be that I cut my sidewall the other day when I was riding at the local ATV park near me. Fortunately, I wasn't far from the truck, wasn't far from home, and you know, not a big deal. It certainly could have been a big deal if I would have been out at a more remote riding location where I'm, 20 miles or so away from the vehicle, or, X amount of miles of really rough terrain. It wouldn't be ideal to try to make it back with a flat tire. So it's always a good idea to have a spare or some other emergency plan like a tire repair kit. Now, the tire repair kit that I'm reviewing today is primarily for sidewall repairs. You might want to bring some plugs and other things to accompany a kit like this, but today we're looking at sidewall repair specifically, and we're gonna go ahead and get to that. So what does the GlueTread kit aim to accomplish? Now, this is an emergency sidewall repair kit. So this is something that you're gonna use for off-road use only. You're not gonna use it on your road vehicle, and you're really not expecting this to be a permanent sidewall repair. This is really more so for getting your vehicle out of the situation that it's in. Now, of course, you could bring a spare tire, but even bad things can happen to spare tires, and then you're left with more than one flat tire. If you have a kit like this, you have the potential to repair more than one tire. This kit is also really lightweight, so it's not a big deal to throw it in with your existing tools and recovery gear. It's in a nice resealable bag, so if you do use something from it, you're able to reseal it and bring it on the next trip. So what is it like applying the GlueTread to the tire? So the first step, according to the instructions, is to pry this open and get glue into the tread, and then let it set up for about a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I coated the whole edge in this cut, but I didn't get wild with it. As you can see, only a little bit oozed out, but I did get glue on as much of that inside of that cut as I could. Now, they say it takes about a minute for this to cure up in the cut. It's got to be a minute by now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to manually sand this with the paper that they give you, but really I feel like hand sanding it is going to work just to scuff up the already flat surface. I think it's going to be a pain in the butt to try to get rid of a tread block with it, but let's go ahead and see. The included sandpaper in the kit works great if the tire is cut in a flat area. Chances are on an off-road tire, it's probably not going to be cut on a flat part of the tire, whether it's the tread lettering or the tire lettering, or it's the tread knobbies on the sidewall. There's probably some kind of elevated rubber on the tire that you're gonna have to knock down, and the included sandpaper would probably have you there all day. So to properly prepare to apply the patch on the tire, it's really ideal to have power tools. Now, I tried something like an orbital sander. It was absolutely garbage for removing rubber off the tire. I ended up using a die grinder, so you might consider some kind of cordless Dremel or die grinder to bring on the trail if you want to carry out a tire repair like this. The die grinder did an absolutely wonderful job at removing the rubber, made the job so much easier. I couldn't imagine trying to hand sand the rubber off the sidewall to apply the patch. It just seems like a nightmare to me. So you'll definitely want to prepare for that aspect of the installation. So this is where we're at. Took the die grinder, got up into this tread a decent bit too. There is a cut here too. I don't think it leaks. So now we're gonna go ahead and size up the patch. You want 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch, if not more, of overlap beyond the damaged area, according to the instructions. That's where the patch is gonna go. There is a cut up here. I maybe should have just taken the patch all the way up here. I don't think it's cut all the way in. This was for sure all the way through. It ends about right there. Got the whole area sanded down. Now we're gonna go ahead and start putting some glue and getting ready to put that patch on. Now in the instructions they warn you not to apply too much glue. It's really a less is more type deal with this kit. I kind of took that a little too literally and I went real light on the glue. I put all the amount of dots that I think that you probably should have, but ultimately I went pretty light. And unfortunately that meant that the patch didn't work very good for me the first time around. I could have immediately went to blaming GlueTread for this and everything else, but ultimately not everything works out great the first time. So I went ahead and removed the patch, which wasn't entirely too hard. At first I thought I was going to use an orbital tool to remove it, but that was just excessive. I ended up wedging a screwdriver under it and ripping the patch off the tire. I sanded the tire back down and I applied more glue this time. After looking at their videos of the install, sometimes they had a little bit of glue running, so I figured I'm gonna make sure that I get these glue dots on there in greater volume and not be too worried about too much glue. Now you don't wanna have glue just like running down all over the place. That would certainly be excessive, but you definitely want these to be decent glue dots on the tire. So after applying the glue and the patch the second time, I cured it. It got up to about 10 psi, no leaks, got up to 15 psi, had the very slightest leak. So I went all around the edge of the patch with some more glue, sprayed some more accelerator on there, and it was good to go. The tire from this point held 15 psi of air in the tire for at least 4 days, so I was pretty excited about that. That was without driving the machine. That was just sitting statically with the patch installed. So it did hold air in that case. All right, we're out field testing the tire today. There's the patch. It's been like 4 days since I applied the patch. No air has leaked out. So now we're gonna go ahead and test this thing out. So the GlueTread patch held up. That's what we came out here to test. What did not hold up is the razor. We weren't actually trying to test the razor. Tire still has air though. GlueTread held up to quite a few jumps, some sliding, some faster stuff here and there. We were going to test it a lot longer, but yeah, something broke on the razor. So let's go ahead and check out what broke. Yep, we got the old Bluetooth drive shaft, guys. These drive shafts are garbage. Yeah, I broke the front drive shaft on the razor. It was a big bummer for the day. I really wanted to test the patch a little bit longer. It seemed like it was holding up great. but unfortunately I had to call it a day. Now I thought I was going to be able to come back home and share the good news of the tire patch holding up and the razor not holding up, but when I came back to my machine later that evening, the tire was out of air, and I did beat on the tire. It would have got me probably back to my truck if I was out somewhere. It didn't make it beyond the day. Now that could have been operator error. I'm not saying that everybody's patch is gonna last a small amount of time, but really I was beating on it pretty good and would feel pretty good about this at least getting me back to my truck if I was out on the trails on a weekend. At this point, I could go ahead and try to add more glue to the patch, make it last a little bit longer. I could try to completely remove the patch. Ultimately, I think it accomplished its job. It's not meant to be a long-term repair. It did allow me to continue riding the machine. It held air obviously longer than it did when it had a big cut in the side of it that wasn't allowing it to hold air for any amount of time. So I feel pretty good about including this kit in my riding gear so I can at least get back to my vehicle and figure out what to do next. I personally don't really like the idea of bringing a spare tire, at least not for the type of riding that I do. Usually on the razor, especially with a 35-inch, you end up having to put it pretty high on the machine, or I have to occupy space in the back seat, which, you know, if I don't have the family with me, that's fine. But if I have my family with me, nobody's trying to ride with a 35-inch tire. I think that GlueTread is a wonderful product that's packaged nicely and convenient to take on the trail. I like that it has multiple uses in the case of this 4x4 kit that I have. I think that $60 could be considered a little bit steep, but when you consider the fact that it has more than one use in it, and you know, it could even rescue multiple machines in one day, I think that it's a pretty well put together kit. The important thing to remember is when you're using this kit, you might want to have some gloves with you. It might be useful to have a marker, some scissors, and what's really important is to have some kind of power tool to help you remove rubber from the tire, because the surface has to be flat. You can't put this over like uneven tread and stuff like that, so you're gonna have to remove rubber. That could be a downside for you, especially if you don't have power tools. Otherwise, if you come prepared with power tools, I think that this is a valuable tire rescue kit that can get you and your buddies off the trail, and I think that they did well with that. Sometimes things just don't go right the first time around, right? For instance, if you were replacing an axle on your machine and you've never replaced an axle on it, it's probably not going to go as smoothly on the trail as it would if you've already done it on the trail a few times, or even in your garage a few times where you know what you're getting into at least one time. So it's important to know with this tire repair kit that it might not be so easy to use the first time, but like anything, experience makes the process go better. Anyways, guys, I'm getting long-winded as usual. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from Jay's Garage, hit subscribe. And until the next video, guys, I'll see you around. Peace.